Ready, Sophia?
And action! D-marker.
I became a stunt woman. It wasn't through the traditional method, which is sometimes, being born into a family of stunt people. I got my first film as an action actress living in Hong Kong. I shot about 30 films and, progressively I got much, much, much better.
I kept seeing her and she would be fighting with Yukari Oshima and doing all these stunts and things, and I thought, man, I wish she were over here.
I became involved with Buffy through the original coordinator, who was Jeff Smolik. The first few episodes, there were 3 Buffy doubles. We had a gymnast double and 2 martial arts doubles.
When she started Buffy, there were only a couple of stunt girls who could actually fight. They did stunts, they did lots of stunts, but they didn't do martial arts fighting.
Joss told me that I had good kinetics and that he liked the way that I fight very much. So he decided that he would just have one double because he wanted to maintain a particular style of fighting throughout the show.
When I first started the show, one of the first things Joss said was everything has to be realistic and it has to look like she's really fighting, So I showed him some of these other martial arts. I was trying to mix Hong Kong style with American style together. David Greenwald and Joss would walk around and go, do I buy that? Do I buy this? They wanted to have like an element to where you could really believe this 100-pound girl was like beating up guys. The first season of Buffy, they didn't do too many elaborate fights. You'll see gradually in the second season getting bigger and more elaborate. Usually what I would do is I draw my little storyboards and in about maybe 2-3 places, always find a spot to put like a close-up of the actor in. Then have the stunt guys, I would pull them out of makeup. I would always choreograph and rehearse on the set just within the 60-minute time period before we started shooting it. Joss said that Angel is tough, but he didn't fight like Buffy. And I said to Joss, let Angel, throw a couple of kicks. I think the fans might like it. And he said, okay, 1 special kick and 1 punch, but that's it. So after that, they let me start bringing Angel up a little bit until we got to Buffy and Angel fighting as a team and eventually fighting each other at the end of the season. Kendra is the first time we have another Slayer. This was great because this was the first time I got to have 2 girls fighting each other on the show.
Come on, don't make me do the chick fight thing. Chick fight? You know.
There was a part where Buffy had slammed Kendra against a wall and we were doing all of this punching her in the back. David specifically said, well, this may be too violent, let's cut this part out. So we trimmed that out of the fight. It seems very tame compared to the later stuff, but very gradually you can see the fights progress from where...
We were itching to get
we were itching to get
more violent.
Yeah.
Action!
Graduation Part 1, Part 2. When I initially read the script, I just looked at it and went, oh my God, this is going to be so much fun, because it was quite a big fight. I mean, for me, I was in my element. We got a chance to rehearse this with Karen ahead of time, and we knew we needed to do that because it was quite a big episode.
I had all this stuff planned where Buffy and Faith fight with weapons, they're picking up poles, they're doing all of this, and we weren't able to do that because we were really boxed in on the set. We just had this little set with a curtain backdrop that looked like a city.
Yeah, I wish we could have actually kept the portion that we had choreographed with the weapons because it was very cool. Karen is, like a national champion with weapons, so what she could do was...
Yeah, she never really got to show off
She never
her
really
weapon.
got to, yeah.
On that Earshot episode, Joss specifically said, I want her to flip up onto the roof. And I thought, well, it's going to be pretty fantastic for someone to be able to do that. Even a gymnast to be able to throw yourself up there. It might look a little bit over the top. And he said, I don't care. That's what I want. He said, on this occasion, running up there, flipping up on the roof, if it's a story, so go do it.
Rehearsal day was fine. By the time I got home, my hips were black and blue, and I had to shoot the next day. Yeah, that's all I remember was the pain of it. Not actual the gag, but just how much it hurt. I remember the surprise quite well. On the rehearsal, I thought when I was going to come through the window that I was going to land on my feet, but it hit me so hard.
Alex Daniels, he didn't think it was going to break that easily, so when he came through, he gave her an extra shove, and it just basically just slammed her straight down onto her chest and knocked the breath out of her.
That was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I didn't think she was going to get up. People are going to connect. They're going to be, you'll get hit in the nose, you'll get a swollen eye, things will
You're going to
happen.
break some bones. On becoming one of the stunt guys, he threw a punch at me and I blocked it kind of funny and broke my finger. And since we had the sword fight coming up, there wasn't much I could really do about it.
If you look closely at her finger, you'll see it's wrapped with flesh-colored tape and a splint.
But the problem was when holding a sword, I couldn't bend my fingers, so I had to hold it with 3 fingers and a thumb. It was a little bit strange.
But yeah, you got to just look around and plan for everything. I remember on Anne, the Hell Fight episode, they had this stage built so that I could put pads around it. Guys could fly out of frame, and then we just keep fighting. I could hide the mini tramp off the side. I could build a little pole that would swivel around.
Don't tell them it swivels.
No, it does.
Prior to getting on the stage, I had to sprint to the stage, grab the pole, swing around the pole, mini tramp to the stage, then fight all 7 guys.
When the stunt guys first fight with her, they will try to be a little gentle, but after they fought with her like a couple of times, then they really turn loose. We would just put 2 cameras on Sophia and just roll and just do it from beginning to end.
You hope to get it right the first 1 or 2 takes, then you don't have to do it again.
Joss picked this sickle weapon and said, in the middle of the fight, somehow I want to see Buffy standing there, and I want to do this crane shot for my opening crane.
The hero shot.
Hero shot, you know. So I said, okay, I'll work that in.
Okay, go in it.
I counted the moves. I think it was something like 52 moves. And by this point, I was exhausted.
It was all up to Sophia, and she did it.
I got a big round of applause for that, didn't I?
Everybody was very happy.
We just got everything done so efficiently, and I think that's something that we're quite proud of.
It all happened in the mid-90s there, where the female character got to really start kicking butt. And I think Buffy really made a mark that all the shows that came up after that, now they have to live up to it. You can't just do Kung Fu, and you can't just have a good script. You gotta have both.
Well, one of the most rewarding things about working with Buffy for me as a martial artist is just going toe-to-toe with vampires every week. I mean, seriously, you cannot find that kind of work anywhere.